Lovie and several other Bucs staffers have done their part to mold Winston to this point. But what can you tell us about the bond that Winston's building with his quarterback's coach?
Well, Sarah, the last time I was in Tampa during the off-season workouts and I had an opportunity to interview Jameis Winston, the one thing that struck me was how much his face actually lit up when he talked about his quarterback's coach, Mike Bajakian, and also how happy he is that they're genuinely clicking. So when I talked to Bajakian over the phone on Friday, I asked him to describe his process with Jameis Winston and also to tell me the most substantive gain that Winston has made up to camp starting today. And Bajakian said during the off-season conditioning program, the strategy was to throw the entire install at Jameis Winston between the end of phase 2 and the start of phase 3 when he was going up against the air and then starting to go up against the defense. But he said now the plan is to start from ground zero again, throw the entire install at him again, and continue drilling him mentally and physically because, as Bajakian says, repetition is the mother of all learning. And as far as the biggest gain he's made, well, he said that Winston has shown a big improvement in his understanding of the overall offense. He said he's more decisive and he is definitely processing information a lot quicker. And he definitely needs to show that in making the right decisions coming out here for camp starting today, Sarah.
As for what's happening on the other side of the ball, the Bucs defense coming off a 25th ranking last season, though they made significant strides after the bye week. So, Josina, who does the defensive coordinator Leslie Frazier feel can be a real X factor to his unit?
Well, Leslie Frazier told me he thinks that defensive tackle Henry Melton will make a comeback in his defense this season, also in reuniting with Lovie Smith. Remember now, Melton tore his ACL in 2013 in his last season with the Bears and also suffered a bone bruise in the right knee last year with the Cowboys. But he said with another offseason of work underneath him, he feels like they're getting the Pro Bowl player from 2012 in Henry Melton now. Now, when I asked Frazier, why is it that you're so optimistic? He says he sees it in his overall movement, in his fast twitch, and that he basically is showing the same burst. So he feels like they can get him back to the player that he was. And he says when you're getting a caliber player like Henry Melton, he says that can command the attention of the other teams and hopefully work to draw the double teams away from Gerald McCoy. That'll trickle down to the defensive ends in terms of creating more one-on-one situations. And that is the domino effect that Leslie Frazier is looking for.